His laundry list.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you, everyone. Welcome to Long Beach Comic Con. Welcome to the Future of Robotech panel at Long Beach Comic Con. I have with me Steve Yune. He is VP of New Media at Harmony Gold USA, and I am Tommy Yune. I'm going to be showing some new developments in Robotech. How many of you have been to San Diego Comic Con? Oh, a decent number of you. Wow, this is actually the best ratio so far. We've actually got new stuff that's gone on since then. And how many of you were at the Long Beach panel last year? That's an interesting mix. A lot of San Diego people here. Actually, moment of silence. Nobuo Ishiguro, the original director of Macross, he passed away this year, which is unfortunate. The people that knew him understood him to be in decent health right up until he passed away very unexpectedly. He is known as the original director of Macross, and also as well as Carl Mason. He also passed away very unexpectedly recently. Everybody knows him as the original producer of the Robotech series. The last project that he started, Carl Mason's Robotech Universe, last year we had unveiled it here at Long Beach Comic Con. Just at about that time, we were talking about the new Annie relationship. If you're unaware already, Robotech used to be relatively hard to find. It got easier with DVDs. It went from 40 to 80 VHS tapes that you had to hunt down through secondhand sources like eBay. Went to about 21 DVDs, much easier to collect. Easy to find on Hulu now, online. Everybody, that's the way the world is going. Digital. And that is our home video partner right now. For the longest time, we had very good relationships with ADV, who at one point was the largest video distributor within the anime world. And then after that, it was Funimation. At one point was the largest distributor of home video for anime. Of course, many of you understand that the industry is undergoing upheaval. DVD is transitioning to both Blu-ray and online. And we're very glad to have relationship with A&E. This release at the very end of last year did very, very well. It's presently available in stores and online, $39, $49.95 for the complete set of all the Macross or Masters or New Generation episodes. Or you can just get the whole thing for under $100, and this includes the most extras ever in any DVD set to date. It has over 10 hours of DVD extras, so even more minutes content than the edition that was previously from ADV. If anyone remembers the Protoculture set, the gigantic set that used to be available before, these are dual layer discs compacting twice as many episodes per disc while keeping about the same video quality. And some people have actually noted that they've noticed that the encoding quality on the A&E sets are actually better. And so very good quality, more content, smaller size. And this is just a snippet of screenshot before and after. We've done restoration on extras such as the Sentinels, getting more picture, better picture. And actually here's a little sample we'll show for you guys.
Remember, we are about to embark on an expedition to the farthest boundaries of the universe. It's enough to make anybody nervous.
Control, this is Mission Command. Shuttle reports Dr. Lang and his team are now on board.
All our systems show ready. You are cleared for departure, Mission Command.
Shuttle now on approach to Robotech Air Factory. Docking will take place in 15 minutes.
Okay, Okay, this is kind of interesting. We did a restoration on Sentinels. People like complained up to very recently that all the Robotech episodes actually looked very good, but a lot of the extras that were in the Robotech sets, the quality of them were actually poor by comparison. What we've actually done here with the Sentinels is we've done a full restoration of the video quality. What you saw there was a split screen in which we improved the quality. Many of you who followed Carl's commentary on previous work on the Sentinels was actually an incomplete production, in that many scenes that were supposed to be completed for Sentinels were never completed. And so one of the things that was like the oddball scenes that were very noticeable in Sentinels is that there were Macross, like the launch sequence from Macross, intercut with Southern Cross era shuttles. And so, you notice during the launch sequence, the shuttle that actually went into space was not the shuttle that you saw launching. And so here we've actually made corrections. The whole sequence is actually more consistent. So it's actually closer to Carl's vision for completion than before. And also we have something that was never in home video releases before, if you're familiar with Robotech the movie. How many of you know about Robotech the movie? How many have ever seen it? A small minority of the room, so we'll just give you a little snippet right here.
In 1999, an alien spaceship crashed onto the Earth. Hidden on board were the secrets of a unique science known as robotechnology. Databanks found in the ship were transferred to the Earth's Robotech computer complex. In 2009, an alien search party arrived from hyperspace to reclaim their lost databank. The United Earth government was forced into an intergalactic war. Earth forces were able to win the first battle, but at a great cost. The planet was virtually destroyed. New population centers grew out of the ashes. It is now 2027. A second armada sent by the aliens is nearing Earth. They have come to recapture the secrets of their lost technology, and then destroy the Earth.
All right, so anyway, how many of you noticed that Carl was kind of a Star Wars fan? Carl actually had worked for Lucasfilm early in his career. He had helped put together the Art of Star Wars, one of Lucas's first printed publications. And so it kind of reflected in what happened with Robotech afterwards. With the experience he gained from putting that together for Lucasfilm, he put together the Art of Robotech called Robotech Art 1, which came out soon afterwards. Anyway, that was something that was kind of in licensing limbo. It still is, because the licensing for Megazone 23 was up in the air following the bankruptcy of ADV. So what we've got here is actually a truncated version of Robotech the movie with all the Southern Cross elements. So that's one of the DVD extras from A&E. And so this was one of A&E new videos, highest grossing releases. Also one of the highest shipping SKUs of the year at Walmart, and it's done very, very well in terms of sales. And also we've moved on to Spanish releases. This is something we were really busy with all year this year, 2012. We had announced this last year, but we've gotten a lot of the original Latin voice actors back together again. This was something that we had, a lot of feedback we got from our Spanish-speaking fans was that with the remastered Robotech, the original elements for the production of Robotech could not be tracked down like we could with the English version. And so many replacement actors were used. And of course, it's like replacing the actors on The Simpsons, how well is that going to go down? And so right away, we worked with Latin American home video publishers to get the original voice tracks out. And that's done very well through Empantaya, On-Screen Films, and AVH and DSX and Editor covering South America, Latin America. And this is something that was new. This is a new project that just came out just this year. And this is Robotech Shadow Chronicles. with the original Spanish voice actors. We had actually delayed this several years because there were concerns over being able to track all the original voice actors down. They were like, oh, well, you know, it's hard to track these guys down, why don't we just get replacement voice actors? And we're like, no, let's take our time, even if it delays the project, let's find all these guys and get them involved in this. And the end result was great. Here we, for you bilingual fans, we've got a little snippet.
Ariel, nunca podré agradecerte lo que has hecho por el planeta Tierra.
Me gusta pensar que también es mi planeta.
Tú estás aquí, pero
I don't think that was
¿por qué no abandonaste la Tierra por el Señor?
Este planeta es el único hogar que he conocido, Scott. Ahora, ¿no vas a agradecerme?
Sí. Gracias. Debo unirme a la flota. Sé que tratarán de encontrar al almirante Hunter. Debo ser parte de eso.
All right, these were very distinguished voice actors who worked on this, especially the lead actor, Jesus Barrero. I'm not sure if all of you know, but he's also known as the voice of Luke Skywalker in the Spanish version of Star Wars. And so we've gotten one of the most high-profile Latin American actors working on this. And ironically, we had Mark Hamill work on the English version. So you'll notice that there's a lot of connections with the Star Wars fandom in the Robotech universe. And so that has been available. They've been releasing it piecemeal since April 2012. Most recent release, I believe, coming out this month. They've got the remastered version of the Sentinels in Spanish coming out at about this time, and a lot of the extras that were in the English versions should be making their way out in the Latin American market at about now. All right, this is a Comic-Con. People ask us about books in print. We've announced before that we were making the migration to ebooks with the novelizations. We were working on that with DC Comics. People asked us what's going to become Wildstorm. This was heard. The folks who had worked on the Robotech comics before under DC Comics, the Wildstorm people, that studio down in San Diego had been shut down. What had happened since then is because Wildstorm was one of the most technologically adept creative groups within the DC Comics company, those people were actually moved to a new division in Burbank, DC Digital Entertainment. Was started up in Burbank just recently, and so most of the people are there, and they're spearheading DC Comics' transition into ebooks. And as well, Robotech role-playing games. I see some nodding around here. People love that stuff. How many of you have played the original RPGs since the 80s? All right. How many of you knew that there were new RPGs coming out recently? All right. So. Here we go. Available in manga size and large format deluxe hardcover in different sizes. Palladium Books has actually experimented with the format because they knew that there was the transition with comic sizes in the industry. They're trying to figure out how to extend the print format with all the transition going on in the print industry. They experimented with the Tokyo Pop size. And at first there was a lot of attention because of that. It was much more convenient. People could pack it into their books, easier to take to their friends' houses. But they got a lot of feedback too, helpful feedback. One of the problems with books of that size is oftentimes gamers play with their books laid flat out because they want their stats in front of them as they're playing. And what will happen is with very small books, you let go of something about the size of mass market trade paperback and it slaps shut as soon as you let go of that. And so after a lot of real-world testing, they've gone back to the full size, starting with Robotech the New Generation. And so going forward with the new books, they're going back to the large full size. And here was a sneak peek we had shown before of the artwork going into their newest book. And here is the final cover. It is Robotech, the Genesis Pit source book. And this covers the interaction with the InBid by the Robotech Expeditionary Force. And so this will be fertile new ground to extend the new generation. And that should be coming out very, very soon because they're presently copying this book right now over at Palladium. Now, one thing people ask us a lot of is miniatures. You know, like Toynami, they made these large premium toys, but people just love these little micro machine sizes. They like miniature toys because they're much more easier to store. You know, there's a limit to how many Masterpiece Edition things you can have clog up your big bookshelves. We used to do some miniatures with Palladium a long time ago. This is a very, very hard to find collectible right here. And there are people who like the little micro Macrosses, you know, imports from Japan, but those are extremely very hard to find as well. And so this is something we've done with Palladium, is when their license came up for extension, we decided to extend their license, allow them latitude within their license to create miniatures. And those of you who follow their forums probably heard a lot of rumbling about them working with different companies, lots of prospective artists contacting them about doing this work. Right now, Palladium's still working out the business end of the deal as to which way they're going to go with the miniatures. They're pretty close. As soon as they're ready to announce this, you're going to find out about it at palladiumbooks.com. Some exciting stuff coming up very soon. So. And starting this year, we've had one of our new products is a Robotech calendar. We haven't had that in a long time, and we've gotten back in the business of doing that. Those of you who come to the RobotechX fan booth, I believe we're going to have one to give away as part of a raffle. And for those of you here, we've got some good stuff to give away here as well. And so this is the best way to get some of the artwork in large format sizes. People have been asking us for bigger presentations of artwork. Posters is kind of a niche market. Not many, we don't usually move that many posters in volume, but calendar seems to be a happy medium that a lot of people seem to like. Oh, sorry about that. It's your old Comic-Con blueprint. It's 557 for Long Beach. And also behind the scenes, for those of you who like to find out what goes on behind the scenes, there's a print version of what's going on behind the scenes. We've got the documentary, the video documentary that goes into the A&E box set. Our good friend Frank Catalano wrote this book, Random Wrapped, and this is about all his experiences working with the voice actors, being in the industry as a voice actor. So those of you who are interested in an inside account of what the life was like being a voice actor, being in that production, being in that room, check this out. This is a very, very good first-hand account by Frank Catalano. Okay, Robotech toys. This is a big question we get all the time. I'll give you a little snippet of what was unveiled at San Diego. People have asked us a lot for Shadow Mecha. That's been very hard to find. Those have sold out. People have been asking us for more of those, as well as more accessories. And so we've got a little happy medium. We showed this before. Early sculpt work being done here. We've had new work being shown off by Toynami very recently. I don't know if you've seen this. This is the Synchro Cannon shown off in Robotech Shadow Chronicles. And this is the Shadow Beta. And what they decided to do in this case is they had it as a removable accessory, so you can either have the Shadow Beta TV show style with missile launchers above the shoulders, or you can have it movie style with a detachable synchro cannon that's aimable on a pivot. So that's a very cool new Masterpiece Collection item that's coming soon from Toynami. Okay, I gotta say, this one came out of left field, but this is one of Toynami's very popular toy segments, is plushies. One of the holy grails of Macross collecting has been the plushie VF1. And so we decided, George decided he's going to do this for the Robotech universe.
Although the original Japanese one was only the Battloid, right?
Yeah, Battloid. So we've got the fighter version.
America's getting this first, everyone.
Yes.
Doesn't happen often.
Yes, and of course, for those of you who like to collect, mecha in different scales, we've got the plushies in the 148 and the 1/100 scale. And so that was on display at the Toynami booth number 3229 at the San Diego Comic Con. You can generally find it online, very easy to find on Robotech.com.